Long ago, in the faraway land of ancient Greece, there was a golden age of powerful gods and extraordinary heroes. The greatest and strongest of all these heroes was the mighty Hercules. But what is the measure of the true hero? Now, that is what this video is about. I did a poll the other day on the community tab. I'm liking that old community tab at the moment. I hope you are too. Well, people seem to be interacting with it, so I suppose you are. This video has been overdue for quite a while. I always get asked this question, so I thought if I just make a video on it, I'm always going to direct people to it. And happy me, because I just get to talk about Hercules for an entire video. Cool. Please appreciate my dedication. I've clearly orchestrated the atmosphere to mirror the temperatures in Greece. Also, if you're watching this in present day, I'm filming this on the day that you're watching it. Did you see what Zeus was doing to the sky last night? He was going off on one, wasn't he? Excuse that this video is Connor plus sweat, but we have got no option, and I don't have a body like Hercules. But no, I'm just going to soldier through it, because that's what Hercules would do. Where do we start? People might not know what Hercules is. If so, oh my god, you bad people, can't believe that you're even someone that watches my videos. Hercules is a 1997 animated classic by the Walt Disney Company. It was part of their Disney Renaissance era, featuring songs by the legendary composer Alan Menken. This is actually my little... I do have everything Hercules, we are going to establish this. Yeah, this Hercules towel's really going to come in handy today. With it being made in 1997, maybe even as a young child I understood that was meant it was made for me. It's like how I've got a friend who was born the next year in 1998 and her absolute favourite film's Mulan. But if you don't know the myth of Hercules, or Heracles as it actually is, it's about a demigod, so it means that Zeus, Hercules' dad, didn't do things legitimately, although Disney'd over that, didn't they? He lived his life on Earth, having extreme godlike strength, and he couldn't find his place in the world. Wait, I just found something that I need to wear. I've got a pile of stuff for this video, which I'm just going to keep piling on. I was made this last year. I love it. You probably know this story, just from some point in your life, in whatever version it's been told, so I don't need to go into it that much. However, this version is something that, well, I used to watch it multiple times a day as a kid. I probably averaged out at about once every 2 weeks nowadays. Although there was a day about 2 months ago where I watched it 5 times in a day. That was I think I was a bit stressed that day. Probably. We do actually have the VHS. This is a notepad of the VHS. We have it downstairs still, and I think that's a bit worn out just because of the amount of times it got put in. It's my mum's fault for letting me watch it over and over again, but no, I loved it. And then when the TV series came along, first of all, even as a young child, I pointed out the continuity errors of the fact that he couldn't have possibly known Hades in that time. But anyway, I want to look into the roots of why I resonate with it so much. Oh my god, I forgot one of the biggest props of this video. That's better. Hi Pegasus. I don't know. I can't put it down to what made me fall in love with it originally, because I was so young. It's one thing that throughout my entire life has been, just everything. I'm guessing it's got something to do with my mum. Maybe I should have asked her when did I start liking Hercules, but that would be too easy, wouldn't it? But she must have liked it. I started watching it. Kept watching it. I don't know how it stood out over other Disney films though. Aladdin is a very close second to me, a very close second. I literally just keep finding stuff. This is one of my action figures from when I was young. I even had a Ken doll, kind of Hercules doll, which my sister used to make Hercules and Barbie fall in love, but I was never happy with that because I thought that's unfaithful on Megara. I could keep just going all over the place with this video, or I could just get down to it. I think as a child I actually really enjoyed the sensory side of it. I can look at it now and I can go, yeah, I think that's probably got some reasoning behind it. If you look at the scenes in Olympus where you've got all of the gods, it's loads of bright different colours, and it's every colour, and it's like a sensory pleasing thing, and the way the clouds morph and stuff like that. So probably there was that aspect of it which made my little brain back then just go, little brain back then, voice of the big brain. And I was well into the songs. I still am, we all know that. Go the Distance is my absolute favourite song. Here's the sheet music from Hercules. That's my favourite still, the entire film. I really want that picture in high quality, but I can't find it anywhere because I want it I want that printed out one day. But maybe I had some deep relation to it right on from the beginning. Hercules was someone who didn't fit in. He tried to get along with his peers, but ultimately he was always beaten down because he was shown to be different from them. He wasn't ignorant to the fact that he was different though. He realised that actually at about age 15, which was when I realised I was autistic, so that's funny. Once Hercules realised he was different, he wanted to go about doing something. He he wanted to go the distance. As I explain this next bit, I feel I need some score underneath, so just back into... Once he'd realised he was different, that's when he set out to go and do something about it, and that cued the greatest song of all time. We'll just shut that off, otherwise my impression will come out all too late. I have often dreamed of a far off place. Okay, admittedly it's like so much better when my voice is actually lubricated and I'm not sweating my head off. The way he goes about this is he goes to the temple of Zeus to find answers from him, and Zeus is like, yo, I'm your dad, and then he's like, Hercules, if you can prove yourself a true hero on Earth, your godhood will be restored. Yes, that Zeus voice was very off, I'm aware. He then spends the next few years of his life like facing all these struggles and having to come all these obstacles, but ultimately all he's trying to do is build himself up. He's wanting to improve himself, to become a better person, because that's his goal. His goal, well, what he can see his goal as being is, I want to be back on Olympus because that's where I feel like I'll belong. Along the way, of course, he encounters things which makes him realise that's not actually what he wants, it's just what he thought he wants. And in the end, spoiler alert, it's revealed that what he wanted was not to be on Olympus, because yeah, that would be pretty cool and that, but he's found someone who accepts him for who he is, Meg, and he wants to go off and spend the rest of his life with her. I'm really glad they didn't make a sequel, because that would have been really awkward when he killed her and all their kids. And his punishment for that was... No, wait, was his punishment for that the 10 labours, or was that afterwards? One of his punishments involved him having to wear a dress for like 10 years, as you do. Speaking of which, I've just also remembered this, my Hercules costume from when I was a young'un. I cannot fit in it at all. Obviously, once I have got a good body, that's when I will purchase like a few £100 proper Hercules costume. I want a proper one. I find that funny because what it is, it's a tunic in it, so I essentially, well, I used to dress in it like almost every day, so I spent many years of my childhood essentially running around in a dress. I really wish I had a picture. There must be pictures of me wearing it somewhere. But I shall let you know that I rocked it. I think it's just those messages. I think it's the finding yourself and finding where you fit in most in your world, because like for me, I have had to search to find where in life accepts me most, and that's a journey that we all go on. I just think I've particularly struggled with that, and you know, the ages just so happen to line up by like finding the diagnosis at 18 and like Hercules going to Olympus at 18 and all that stuff. But ultimately, I think it's security. It's the fact that it's just been something that's been there my entire life that I've hooked onto, and I know that it's never going to change. I can go and watch it, and it's exactly how I want it to be. Like, I must admit, over the year, of course, I've like been able to upgrade it in quality. We've gone from VHS to DVD to now I have it in full HD on my TV. When they release Disney Plus, they best give me a 4K copy, because yeah, I feel so fortunate that we're now in the time when Hercules is gaining the appreciation it deserves again. Like, you know, just for the fact that like the Disney store, well, Shop Disney I should say, sell all of this like Hercules merchandise again, because it deserves it. Like Pegasus, he was a recent purchase. We are even at a time in life where Lego Hercules is a thing. And Lego Hades, I've got to show him. Let's face it, he'd be unhappy if I didn't show him. That wasn't in focus, was it? Oh well. I actually have 3 Lego Herculeses and 2 Lego Hades, just because. We're also in a time where it's extremely rumoured that they're going to do Hercules live action, and I really hope it's as good as the Aladdin live action. Apparently it's either going to be Jeff Goldblum or Benedict Cumberbatch playing Hades, either of which I'm absolutely cool with. The fact that the Hercules musical is ready and coming in the first week of September, I really wish I lived in New York. I would so be seeing it. I can't believe that Roger Bart, who sung Go the Distance in the film, is the one now playing Hades. Like, that blows my mind. He actually liked my tweet yesterday. Oh my god. It's resurging, and I love it, because now I'm like, well, yeah, I have been saying it's incredible. So many people do believe it's the most underrated Disney film, along with Hunchback. I think those two. But Hercules is kind of like the most rated, underrated one. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbing on. Basically, I love it because I've loved it for so long, and I love it because I think I relate on a deeper level to the fact that, yeah, I'm someone who always wants to develop myself and find where in life I fit in most. As in, what works best for me. I hope you enjoyed. Like, so many people probably switched off in this video because it was literally just me kind of like barfing Hercules everywhere. Barfing, that's a funny word, isn't it? I've been meaning to make this video a while just because my friend Saz has also made a similar video on her channel, so go and check that out. Obviously not about Hercules, but her favourite film. So go and find out which one that is. It is a Disney film, that's why we like lined it up to release at the same time. So goodbye from me, goodbye from Pegasus. Goodbye from Lego Herc. Where's he gone? Bit out of proportion there. I need a Lego Pegasus. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you love Hercules as much as I do. Maybe you've never seen it. Let me know if you've never seen it, because you need cleansing. With it being summer, I've got less work on, therefore I want to put a lot of time into making videos, so expect to see lots of stuff that you want to see. I'm taking like loads of, yeah, I've been researching as to what people want to see most. So, cool. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.